The City of Colonial Heights Department of Fire, EMS, and Emergency Management will conduct a physical ability entrance exam for firefighter candidates to ensure their fitness for duty. This video has been developed to prepare candidates for this component of the process. The physical ability test will consist of 9 skill stations. Aerial ladder climb skill station and SCBA skill station are individual events. The last 7 skill stations are a continuous event and are timed. Successful completion of all 7 stations is required in 7 minutes or less. Throughout the test, you must wear appropriate footwear. No open heel or open toe shoes may be worn during the test. Candidates may wear either shorts or pants for the testing process. However, pants are recommended as you will have a crawling and climbing component. The candidate will don a turnout coat, helmet, air pack without mask, and gloves prior to attempting any of the time segments of the test. The department will provide this aforementioned equipment. The skill station evaluator has a determination of whether a candidate passes or fails. Once the candidate fails an event, the test supervisor will be summoned to that station to confirm the failure and sign the performance sheet along with the station evaluator. The aerial ladder climb skill station is a non-timed event. The candidate will climb an aerial ladder extended to 105 feet at a 60-degree angle. Touch the top rung and climb back down. Climbing will be continuous with no stops. During this event, the candidate will wear a helmet, gloves, and a Class 3 harness attached to a lifeline. The department will provide the above-mentioned equipment items. There is no time limit. If the candidate stops or does not make it to the top of the ladder, he or she will fail the test. The SCBA skill station is a non-timed event. The candidate will don a self-contained breathing apparatus facepiece with a covered lens while wearing helmet and gloves. The candidate will navigate around a room, through obstacles, and return to the starting area. Candidates must have a facepiece on and be unable to see for a minimum of 5 minutes. If the facepiece is removed during the 5 minutes, the candidate will fail the test. The continuous time test is comprised of 7 individual events that must be completed within 7 minutes or less. At Event A, the fire hydrant skill station, the candidate will open a standard fire hydrant 6 full revolutions in a counterclockwise direction with a standard hydrant wrench. If the candidate is unable to complete the 6 full revolutions, this constitutes a failure of the test. At Event B, the extrication spreaders tool skill station, the candidate will pick up and carry the extrication spreaders a distance of 50 feet and return to the starting point. If the candidate drops or sets the spreader tool down prior to crossing the finish mark, he or she will fail the test. The candidate must set the tool down when the event is completed. Dropping the tool even after crossing the finish mark constitutes a failure of the test. Event C, the ladder lift skill station, the candidate will walk to the top rung of a 14-foot ladder, lift the unhinged end from the ground, and walk it up until it is stationary against a designated object. This must be done in a hand-over-hand fashion using each rung until the ladder is stationary against the object. The candidate must not use the ladder rails to raise the ladder. Failure to use every rung during the raise or allowing the ladder to fall to the ground will constitute a failure of the test. Event D, the ladder raise skill station, the candidate will completely raise and lower a 24-foot extension ladder. The hand-over-hand method of extension and retraction must be used. The candidate will not be allowed to let the ladder halyard slip through his or her hands. Failure to completely raise and lower the ladder or allowing the halyard to slip through the candidate's hands will constitute a failure of the test. Event E, the rescue skill station. The candidate will drag or carry a rescue mannequin weighing approximately 165 pounds a distance of 25 feet to a pre-positioned cone. Make a 180-degree turn around the cone without touching and continue an additional 25 feet crossing the finish line. Both the rescue mannequin and candidate must cross the finish line. Failure to do so will constitute failure of the test. Event F, the fan carry skill station. The candidate will pick up and carry a gas-powered fan to a designated point and set the fan down. If the fan is set down prior to reaching the designated area, the candidate will fail the test. Event G, high-rise pack and EMS skill station. The candidate will carry a standard high-rise pack comprised of 150 foot of 1 3/4 hose with a nozzle to the top of a designated bleacher staircase, then proceed back to the starting position. If the candidate drops or sets the high-rise pack down prior to the finish point, the candidate will fail the test. The candidate will then proceed to the next bleacher staircase, pick up an EMS jump bag, airway bag, and carry them to the top of the designated staircase, and return to the starting position. If the candidate drops or sets the EMS jump bag or airway bag down prior to the finish point, the candidate will fail the test. The candidate will proceed to the next bleacher staircase, pick up a portable suction unit and cardiac monitor, carry them to the top of the designated staircase, and return to the starting position. If the candidate drops or sets the cardiac monitor or portable suction unit down prior to the finishing point, the candidate will fail the test. The candidate will proceed down the designated ramp to the finish line. If the candidate fails to cross the finish line, the candidate will fail the test. Successfully completing all stations will constitute passing the entire test. Failure to complete any one station constitutes failure of the entire test. Colonial Heights Department of Fire, EMS, and Emergency Management has created this instructional video as a guideline for this component of the pre-employment process. Any instructions or directions given on the day of the exam will supersede these guidelines. On the day of testing, a walkthrough of the physical agility course will be completed, and any questions about this course will be answered by your test proctors.